Are you ready for everything you ever needed to know about exponents? The first thing, what are exponents? It's just a short way to write repeated multiplication. So just like how multiplying is a short way of writing repeated addition. So for example, 4 times 5 is just saying, okay, you have 4 and you add it up 5 times. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Or you could do it the other way because the order doesn't matter in multiplying, right? 4 times 5 is the same as 5 times 4. So it could also be 4 groups of 5. Doesn't matter which way you do it. It's the same thing. So multiplication is a way of writing repeated addition, adding that number a bunch of times. Exponents are repeated multiplication. So it's multiplying that number a bunch of times. Whatever number you have as the base, which I will explain in one moment, that's the number you're multiplying. Whatever number is the power, that's how many times you're multiplying. So 7 to the 5th means 7 multiplied 5 times. Not 7 times 5, but 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7, 5 times. The base I just mentioned is the number that's written normally. And the power, the exponent, is the little one that's written up there. That tells you how many times to multiply it. So an exponent is always going to have a base and a power. The power tells you how many times to multiply the base. So 4 to the 5th power means we're multiplying 4 by itself 5 times. 4 to the 5th power is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. Let's do that one really quick. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. 64 times 4 is 256. And then I do that last times 4 and I get 1024. That is a huge number, way bigger than 20, which was 4 times 5, right? 4 to the 5th power is getting bigger times 4 every time. A couple important things to know. Any number to the 0 power is always equal to 1. It basically means you're not multiplying any of those numbers. So 7 to the 0 power is 1. 12 to the 0 power is 1. Negative 15 to the 0 power is 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. They're basically saying there was none of them, and you need the multiplication version of none. The multiplication version of none is 1. Because if you multiply 1 by something, it's not going to change it. Another thing you can do is you'll see problems that have powers and other powers. So we might have 4 to the 5th on top and 4 to the 3rd on the bottom of a fraction. That means I have 5 4s on top, 3 4s on bottom, and we know that we can simplify fractions by canceling. We end up with 2 4s on the top and nothing, the multiplication version of nothing, which is 1 on the bottom. We could do the same thing if we had a multiplication problem. We had 4 to the 5th times 4 to the 3rd. That means I had 5 4s, and I'm multiplying 3 more 4s, and I have 8 4s all being multiplied. It's 4 to the 8th power. Be careful though. You can only combine those if they're the same base. If I had 3 to the 5th times 4 to the 3rd, there is no way to simplify those because I have 5 3s and 3 4s. I can't say I have 8 numbers. I want to know what those numbers are. So when we have 2 different bases, we can't simplify them. One last thing, negatives. Gotta be careful. A negative number raised to a power might be positive or might be negative. It depends. Negative 3 squared means negative 3 times negative 3. A negative times a negative is always a positive, so negative 3 squared turns into positive 9. Careful though if it was negative 3 to the 3rd power. If I have 3 negative 3s, these two multiplied to give me positive 9, and then positive 9 times negative 3 gives me negative 27. Now the last thing is look out in your calculators because you might type this when what you meant to type was negative 3 squared. Here's the difference. This one, your calculator is going to read as negative 3 squared. And then it's going to use PEMDAS and do the exponents first. 3 squared is 9, and then do the negative to make it -9. This is a different problem than this. Sometimes a question will ask, what's -5 squared? And someone will type in their calculator -5 squared. But your calculator knows how to use PEMDAS, and your calculator is going to say it's -25. Your brain should tell you, though, a negative number squared should always be a positive because a negative times a negative makes a positive. That's most everything you need to know about exponents.